Hi, I'm Steve Bourie, and I am the author of The American Casino Guide.
And I'm Matt Bourie, and I'm the editor of the American Casino Guide. And our video today is The Secrets to Winning in Casinos, Part 1. So this is part 1 of a 2-part video series, and we're going to go over the 6 most popular games in the casino and tell you what the secret is to winning at those games.
Yeah, and when we say winning at those games, we mean to be a long-term winner at the game. Anything can happen in the short run. You can get lucky and you can win, but we're trying to find out if there's a secret to winning consistently at these games. And now some people have theories about certain things that could be done to help them win, and we're going to discuss some of those, and we're going to do 6 games. 2 are electronic, that is slot machines and video poker, and then we're doing the 4 most popular table games: Blackjack, Craps, Roulette, and Baccarat. So we're going to break it down into part 1 and part 2, and in this first part we're going to do slot machines, Blackjack, and Roulette, and then we'll come back with part 2 later.
All right, so we're going to start out with the most popular game in the casinos, which is, of course, slot machines. And it's really hard to beat a slot machine because slot machine, what it is, if you break it down, it's just a computer that is programmed to pay out in the long run less money than it takes in. So just by that fact, they're very hard to beat. But there are certain kinds of slot machines that can be beatable in certain situations, and we're going to go over those.
Yeah, but before we get to that, let's just talk about how slot machines work. So yeah, you had mentioned in the long run it's going to pay back less than it takes in, but what happens is when a casino orders a slot machine, the manufacturer will have a choice of chips, say about six or 8 chips. And they could range from a high of, say, 98% to as down as low as 85%. And what casinos always do, and we have statistics on our site that show you this, the higher the denomination, the more the machine is set to pay back. So all the penny machines are going to turn around 85 to 88%. The quarter machines, maybe 90%. The dollar machines, maybe 92%. The $5 machines, maybe 98%. So the problem is when you walk up to the slot machine, you have no idea what it's programmed to pay back. All you know, everything is internal inside that machine. We talk about video poker later. There is a way you can tell what it's programmed to pay back, but with slot machine, you don't know. So the problem with slot machine is you really can't beat it because it's programmed to pay back less than it takes in the long run. But as Matt said earlier, now the secret, there is a way that you might be able to make money playing slot machines, and Matt's going to go over that one now.
Yeah, so there are, they've been around for, there's been iterations of these that are called banking slot machines or must-hit-by slot machines. The name has changed over the years. They've been around for quite a bit of time. But now the most popular ones in the casinos are where they have a jackpot that must hit by a certain amount. Like they generally have a high one and a low one. The low one generally hits by 25 to 75 depending on the manufacturer, and the high one can hit anywhere from 250 to 750. I've seen ones in the high limit room that hit by 10,000. But it's just a progressive that builds on that one machine. It's not a shared jackpot, and once it is guaranteed to hit by that high amount, and if you know what the house edge is on that slot machine, you can do some math and figure out if the jackpot is above a certain amount, then it is in your best interest to play it.
Yeah, now Matt and I have done this. We've played in casinos where we see that it's close to the must-hit-by amount, and we'll sit down and we'll play it. You can do the same thing. The only problem is you don't find them very often. Now, if you were in a city and you like to play machines, you like to go to casinos, say you went through and say there were multiple casinos in your market, say there were 4 or 5 casinos and they weren't far away, you could theoretically go every morning, walk around the casino and look at these must-hit-by slots and see if they're close enough to make it worthwhile for you to play. Because on some of them, you know, depending how close they are, in the long run, you will make money on those because you know you can calculate how much you're going to lose, the worst case scenario, what you would lose, and how much you'll get back. So again, it can be done. It will require some math, but the hard part is finding those machines.
Well, the machines themselves are easy to find. It's finding a machine with a jackpot high enough for it to be above its break-even point. All right, so if you wanted to calculate this on your own, you would just really need two things. You would need to know how much money you have to put through to get the progressive to build, how quickly the progressive builds based on the amount of money you've played through, and what the house edge on the game is. And then you can sort of reverse engineer it to figure out what the break-even point is on each of those jackpots.
All right, must-hit-buy slots can be a little complicated, and there is some math involved, and the math will change depending on the manufacturer of the machine or the game that you're playing. But if you want to get more information, you can always Google the term must-hit-buy slot machines, and that'll bring up a wealth of information if you want to investigate it further. So that is the secret for winning on slot machines.
All right, so now we're going to move on to the most popular table game, which is Blackjack. And this game is 100% beatable. However, it takes a lot of practice and a lot of perfecting it.
Yeah, the average person will be a long-term loser at the game, but the secret to winning at Blackjack is to learn to be a card counter. Most people, if they're good Blackjack players, they will learn the basic strategy. And the basic strategy is derived from computer simulations of millions and millions of hands, and there's always only one best way to play your hand in any given situation. So what you want to do is you want to learn to memorize that basic strategy chart, and sometimes you can buy them in gift shops. You can get them on our site. We have them there for free. You can download them for free, print them out, take them with you into the casino. But the first thing you want to do is memorize those basic strategy charts, because that will lower the casino's advantage. In most blackjack games, and it depends on the rules enforced in the game and the number of decks, but it's around 1/2%. So if you can learn that basic strategy, you'll get it down to 1/2%, but you will still be a long-term loser at the game.
Yeah, so if you want to eliminate that last 0.5% edge and swing it into your favor, you have to learn how to count cards. And counting cards, like if you've seen the movie 21 or read the book Bring It Down the House, that was about the MIT blackjack team. Pretty much everybody's heard of them. And they won money. They won a lot of money. And there are a lot of other people that have won a lot of money counting cards. And it's not like you have to memorize every single card. Counting cards is just keeping track of the relation of high cards that have been played and the relation of low cards that have been played, and keeping track of what's left in the deck. If there's more low cards left in the deck, then it swings into the casino's favor. If there's more high cards left in the deck, then it swings into your favor.
Yeah, I counted cards myself. I did it for 4 years, but I never did it to be a professional player. I just did it out of curiosity. And to be honest, it took about a month and a half or so to get it down pat, a lot of practice and a lot of memorization. And it did work, but again, I didn't bet a lot of money because, for one thing, I really didn't want to get kicked out of a casino. Because if you count cards and the casino knows you count cards, chances are they're going to tell you, stop counting cards, don't play in our casino. But if you don't bet a lot of money, usually you can get away with it. So I did it, and I know a lot of players that count cards professionally and they make money. Yeah, the general public has some false impressions about card counting in blackjack. I think a lot of people believe that if you're a card counter in blackjack, you can go in and treat the casino as your personal ATM and go in and win money whenever you want. But it doesn't work that way, because really you have less than a 1% advantage over the house, and you don't always win. You can have very bad days where you lose a lot of money. That's sometimes why players like to play on teams, because they play at multiple tables. So if one guy has a bad day at a table, then the other players hopefully have a normal day at the table and they make money. So there's sort of safety in numbers.
And then another thing about it is there's another video that we did where I took a card counting class, and in that class they said that you can either win money playing blackjack or you can not get kicked out of a casino. You can't really do both. If you want to win money counting cards, you have to be very aggressive, and when you're aggressive, your bets can swing very wildly, and that is pretty much a giant red flag for the casino. So you can do, a lot of people they'll do what you call a hit and run, where they'll just run in, play one shoe, and then leave, or just play until they get kicked out. And you can't really just keep always going back to the same casino and keep making money every day. Eventually they're going to catch on, and they're going to say you're no longer welcome here.
Yeah, so if you want to become a card counter, you may have to plan on traveling to a lot of different casinos. So there we go for blackjack. If you want to cut down on the casino edge, learn to be a basic strategy player, memorize those charts. If you want to be a long-term winner, the secret to being a long-term winner at blackjack is learning to count cards.
All right, next we're going to move on to another rather popular table game, which is roulette. And this is a tough game to win on because it has a very high house edge of 5.26%. That is 10 times higher than blackjack if you're playing with perfect basic strategy. So really and truly, the only way to win in the long run is to just get lucky a lot. Having said that, there are some people that say that there are ways to win on the roulette table, and it can be done, but it requires many, many hours to figure out. And if you really want to put in that many hours, is it really worth it in the long run?
Yeah, if you go out on the internet, you can find theories on that. The people will say, oh, the secret to winning on roulette is to find a biased wheel. Well, I would agree that if you could find a biased wheel, you would make money. And a biased wheel means that, say that the wheel is not quite level, and it favors one section of the wheel. When the ball lands, it lands in one particular section more often than it should, statistically, in another section. So if you could find that biased wheel, yes, you could make money. That is the secret to making money. And I believe if you Google the man who broke Monte Carlo, back in the 1800s, there was someone who did that at the Monte Carlo casino.
Not the Monte Carlo in Vegas. This is the Monte Carlo in Europe.
Yeah, the Monte Carlo in Europe. But supposedly he had people who were there, and he'd write down the numbers, and he analyzed them and found a bias in the wheel, and he made money. And I think if you break the bank at Monte Carlo, I think that means that you just won all the money at that particular table. You didn't like own the casino. But Google it if you're interested in it. But the problem with finding a bias wheel is, Matt?
If you know, you walking through the casino, if you're at a roulette table, they have the big sign that says it keeps track of all the numbers that have come in, like the last 10 or 15 numbers that have come in, whatever it is. That's run by a computer. So if you find a biased wheel, chances are the casino found it before you did because they have a computer keeping track of all the numbers. So even if there was a biased wheel, chances are the casino would know before you were and have already gotten rid of it.
Yeah, that's the problem with trying to find a bias wheel, especially nowadays. I mean, years ago, they didn't have these boards, the result boards, to show you what came in, and then there's software to keep track of it. But there's also electronic roulette games in a lot of casinos. And there, again, it's the same thing. They have a software program where they know what numbers came in, so they want to make sure that that wheel is perfectly balanced and there isn't a bias towards certain numbers. So if you want to try it, and you got a lot of free time, you can go to the casino and you can write down those numbers and see if you think you found a bias wheel, and then bet some money, and hopefully you'll come out ahead. But I honestly don't think it's worth the time and effort. But again, that is one of the secrets to winning at roulette. That's one of two, and Matt's going to tell you the other one.
So the other secret relies a lot less on the wheel itself and the table, and relies much more on the dealer. And this is what they call clocking the dealer. And this involves just pretty much watching the dealer, and say that subconsciously, the dealer might not be doing it on purpose, but subconsciously they might always be sitting there and flicking the ball at the same number, like when the same number is in front of, like they spin the wheel and then they flick the ball in the opposite direction. And it just might be that subconsciously they flick the ball every time that they see a certain number right in front of them. They might not know that they're doing it, but it is possible to find one. And then if you know that if they're always flicking the ball at the same number at the same time, you would know that it would land in a certain segment of the wheel statistically more often than another segment, so you would know to bet those numbers more than any of the other numbers at the wheel. But again, that would take a long time to figure out, and it would be very easy to correct it. All the casino would have to do is just tell the dealer, hey, don't do that, do it a different way.
Yeah, it's a long shot, but some people believe in it. If you read Beat the Dealer, the first game, the first book that came out about how to beat blackjack, he dabbled with trying to beat roulette. But the way he dabbled with it back then was he had a computer, and it was built into was it his shoe or somewhere? He had a computer on him, and that was before they outlawed computers. So now it's a felony to bring an electronic device to try and beat a game, to bring it into the casino with you. So you can't do that nowadays. He had a little bit of success with it back then with a rudimentary computer, but nowadays you can't do that. And also, one other thing you have to keep in mind, there's always these little bumpers on the roulette wheel that are put there purposely to make it the result be more random. So when the ball starts to fall down, it's going to hit one of those bumpers and bounce all over the place. So that is another impediment to trying to clock the dealer. But some people believe in it, and if you want to go out and try it, maybe just try it with a little bit of money and see what happens, but we wish you luck.
All right, so that's it for part 1 of our video series on the secrets to winning in casinos. If you want to see part 2, don't forget to subscribe to our channel down below so you don't miss out on when that video gets released. If you had any questions on anything we went over in the video today, leave us a comment in the comment section. We'll be sure to get back to you and clarify any questions you have. And if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, and don't forget in part 2, we are going to cover video poker, craps, and Baccarat. Thanks again for watching, and best wishes for good luck in the casinos. Don't forget that you can see more of our educational gambling videos on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/American Casino Guide.